Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting of the Senate County Commissioners on January 20th to order. And let's start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Sure. Please join me in a short prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask for your wisdom as we discuss items that affect the people that we serve. We ask that you in a special way place your hand on those people who are frontline handling the current pandemic, and for all the first line people who handle our daily concerns. We also ask in a special way that you look over those who are protecting our freedoms and their families. We ask all this through your Son. Amen.
Amen. So Stacy Wilson, our county administrator, is joining us from her office in the back. She's not feeling real well, so she's here. And she'll be participating in the meeting, but you don't see her. Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Here.
Commissioner Schuff?
Here.
Commissioner Kirschner?
I am here.
I will accept the motion to approve the digital audio video recording of the previous board session from Monday, January 6th, 2022 for a regular session.
So moved.
I will second.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. So with that, we will move into Stacy, the county administrator's report.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We can.
Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen, just give you a quick update of where we ended the year with the general fund. I'll get the other funds updated at the next meeting. Let's see if I can remember how to share my screen. Make it easier for you guys to see. Okay, so the end of 2021, we ended up with total expenses of $20,646, excuse me, $20,646,703.36. The month was $2,466,354.17. I don't know if you can see it all on my screen. Just remember, we did do a couple big transfers for capital price and for foster care right at the end of the year. And revenue, total revenue for the end of the year was $19,569,667.03. And the month end was $1,327,049.95. And that's where we ended up for 2021.
Okay.
And that's all I'll have today.
That's all you have today. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Any questions, comments for Stacy? Good. We will have a bid opening at 10:15, so we're aware of that, and we'll just continue on to that point, right? Commissioners' reports. Commissioner Kirschner.
Just reminding everyone of the meeting tonight, EMS services out at NCOESC. Looking forward to get through the meeting here.
Yeah, good. Moving along. Tyler.
Thank you,
Mr.
President Paradiso. Commissioner Paradiso and I attended a FEDC meeting this morning over in Fostoria. We received numerous updates from Renee Smith over there, who was in charge of their economic development. We've got a lot of really good things working over there. They're working on some loft apartments downtown. They're also doing another business contest here this upcoming year, so it's exciting to see that take off and to continue over there. Just with some of the projects they announced with their workforce development, they're hiring a new position for that over there to help some of these factories and businesses recruit and retain the workforces that they need. Working with some of the railroads, they got some really cool projects and spec buildings over there that they got some neat announcements coming up here in the near future. Wanted to congratulate the new owners of Circle H Tire. They just had a ribbon cutting this week, so congrats to them. As President Kirshner stated, EMS meeting tonight, hope to see people there, and as we continue to move forward with countywide EMS discussions. And we were told to let the public know to watch the governor's address tomorrow. What time was that at?
10:30.
Very big announcement for the state of Ohio. One of the biggest announcements they've had in
Ever. That's
Ever.
what they said, yeah.
yeah, so tune in tomorrow. The governor and the state of Ohio has a very big announcement, so looking forward to hearing that. So told to give the heads up to the community, and that's all I have for now. Thank you, President.
Good. Just want to let the public know that Commissioner Kirshner, I know you were involved with this, but Seneca County received their Moody's bond rating of A1, which is obviously a very, very good rating. The person from Moody's made the comment that she was very pleased with the information provided by our auditor, and that the commissioners were fiscally responsible, and they're moving forward with the bond rating. So we have a rating that we took out for a bond for the Justice Center, and then periodically that needs to be reviewed. And we had a very good report. So would you want to add anything to that?
No,
I think the public should know that. So we're very pleased with that report. We'll touch on maybe some old business as we work our way to 10:15. Mr. Newman, do you have anything you want to? I saw you came in. Anything you'd like to talk about? Specifically, you're welcome. Brad Newman, who runs the FBO St. County Airport.
Two things that we were informed that we'll probably over the next 3 years, with our normal 150,000, there'll be an additional one coming because our passenger facility tax and some other taxes that are on airline tickets.
Yeah.
And Seneca County is going to be involved in
Did not know that.
and get some. So as soon as everything gets in place, there were some specific requirements that are gradually changing. When they get it in place, we couldn't use it for existing projects, which means, and that's crazy because we have a couple property acquisitions and some things. And
You just lay it right here. Thank you. Just wanted to-
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
so that's one, and I want to start working on sealing the taxiway.
Mike.
I'm going to excuse me, Brad, we have a bid opening.
That's quite all right.
So we're formally stamping it,
Okay.
and Stacy will open it
Okay.
from her office. But go ahead. Thanks.
I just want to do a little runway
So
improvement and taxiway improvement.
this is an update on the project we started last year? No?
Yes, there's
Yes.
still,
Okay.
Jess Howard is in there finishing up the runway lights, some height requirements and so forth after Quest did the job. And of course, Jess Howard was to finish it up. And then Quest is coming back in the spring to plant. They've got it covered with straw and initial planting. but-
Taper to the,
And it won't take, so they're gonna.
so we repaved the taxiway, we put drainage in, and we put runway lights on?
The runway lights will be this year, and
That's
you'll probably
coming
be
this
seeing
Yeah.
the bid package to go out to people. But Stantec has drawn up the bid
They
package for the new.
repaired the existing runway lights when they did the drainage.
Yeah, they did the
I
drainage,
got it, but
okay, so-
we have in motion a bid to get new runway lights. This
Right.
is all with a federal grant, which is awesome.
Okay, so the taxiway lights have already been done to LED.
Yes.
The runway lights were old style, so it'll be new wiring and new lights. And
Sometime this year, hopefully.
yeah, I think you'll probably see the bid packages by March to go out.
Yeah, I think so.
I talked to Stantec yesterday, and we were discussing that extra 100 and whatever it's gonna be in that, some like 159, but basically 150,000. And they don't quite have all the requirements yet. But the two projects I have for the county would be the blacktop on all three areas. The taxiway, since it's been put in 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, I've never sealed it, and we're just coming up to that. And I think that would be my first, and then
Okay.
take care of the runway second. We crack filled it, so I don't think that'll need to be done. I just want to keep the care and then the ramp, so. I'll work on breaking those things out and getting pricing.
Good. So the public knows, we, with the airport, we actually have a trolling 10-year plan, right, with the FAA. And so we meet all the time and update that. And Mr. Newman is, we're always at least 2 or 3 years ahead, and I would think that's more current. There's things we're doing now won't happen for 2, 3 years, but, so this is a good report.
Yep, we should get a few check marks off the,
And
off the
of course, when funding comes that we're not expecting, that's obviously a blessing, but it kind of, we might be able to move some things around, right?
Yeah.
Out of orders or whatever, but, so, thanks. Anything else?
Okay.
Anybody else want to ask
No.
anything?
Thank you for all your leadership.
Good? Good.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, we still have 5 minutes till the bid opening. For those that came in late, County Administrator Stacy's in her office. She will open the bids at 10:15, okay? So we still have 5 minutes. Old business, I do want to mention that, Sheriff, I don't know if you're on, but we are having our capital improvement discussion on February 3rd. So commissioners will have a board meeting, a regular meeting as we're having today, but we will spend a lot of time, and I believe we'll just go right into it. I'm not sure if we'll adjourn, but we're gonna have a capital discussion on buildings and grounds, update on the ARP money, projects, all of that. So I know, Sheriff, you have a few requests, so that would be the time to do that. And we'll have a thorough meeting then. John, we expect you to, you know, be ready as we dive in. I know Commissioner Kirchner and others, we have things we want to talk about. So that'll be on the 3rd. We are going to have a meeting next week at regular time, 10 o'clock. So that's just a little bit of old business. Anybody else here for old business that would like to make a public comment? We still have a few minutes. We'd like to honor the 10:15 time. Adam, you want to make a comment? Here from TSEP, Adam Gilmore.
We don't really have any updates or anything
Okay.
on anything right now, but we'll let you know once we do.
I had a person come to me that's interested in selling their business,
Okay.
and I explained to him the program, but I didn't know how to direct him anywhere.
Yeah, I can get his contact.
Would you be the
information
person?
from you,
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Okay.
House.
The clearinghouse, yeah, the business clearinghouse, so I'll
Yeah.
talk to you after that. Anything else, Commissioner? We're trying just to,
No, she could start the new business if you wish and stop at 10:15 or so.
okay, that's basically an old pro, ex-president of the commissioners, kind of coaching the new guy up here on how to do this. Okay, so, Stacy, would you like to begin new business? Or start the new business and then pause at 10:15? You're handling everything from here, right?
About 1 minute away.
Okay, I'll yield to you.
Yeah, so I
Stacy-
can actually share my screen again.
Stacy, before you begin,
Stacy, Mike has a comment, sorry.
I think maybe we ought to change some language on one of them as I read through these, and that was about the 1% increase, the last one, actually. It says supplement to the permanent appropriations to the general fund 0010 for a one-time increase. I assume the general fund is the general fund number 0010 is payroll.
That's just the general fund number.
Yeah.
That's just the main general fund, like we
Well,
we
yeah,
call it the general fund, that's the first 4
Is there a
numbers.
step?
That assumes that, I mean, at least the way that I read it, it says that we're gonna increase the entire general fund by 1%. And I think the intention is just a 1% salary increase for the
Right,
one-time bonus.
yep.
So I think maybe we need to clean that language up a little bit on that one, because at least from my reading of it, I was unclear.
Sure, the actual full resolution, I don't know if Cody has it in there, full resolution has all of the
It's-
account lines listed,
It
which
does,
is just the
okay.
salaries, Medicare, PRS lines.
All right, that's fine,
One
that's
time,
fine.
it says one time.
Doesn't take much to confuse me, but I was confused by that
Oh,
one.
that's good. You
Nope,
got- you
that's
said-
okay. Sorry about that. Just trying to get that done for today because I told departments I'd make sure I got that done.
And so
Okay,
the public knows, and Mr. Bridewell, I look at you on this one. So, the county employees obtained a 2% increase for next year. This year, thank you, and a one-time bonus of 1%, so 3% total. And this 1% is, we will be distributing that next payroll or as soon as they can get it processed. 10:15 yet?
It is.
Okay. We have a few contractors here that are anxious.
All right, hold on. I grabbed out my other stuff quick. Put you guys back up on the screen so I can see. Okay, this is for our ADA, county services building ADA and facade upgrades. Like I have 4 bids. First bid.
Do we have an engineer's estimate on this?
I think they had increased it to $950. But I don't see it on the sheet. Because initially it was back in 2019, it started out at $750.
Yeah,
And then when they reran the numbers, obviously with all the inflation, I think it was $950. I can verify that, but I'm pretty sure that's what.
yeah, it was in the 750 range, yeah. I just didn't
Yep.
know whether he adjusted it.
Yeah, I know they did. It was, I know they adjusted up to $950.
Okay.
First bid is Telemon Construction, and they are out of Sandusky, Ohio. Let's see, their total bid amount, $999,562, 999,562.00. Okay, the second bid I have is from Almeida Construction out of Findlay, Ohio. Their total bid amount, $1,049,000. So 1,049,000.00.
It's always cheaper to build it 2 years ago. It's cheaper to build it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, we can do it.
Third bid amount I have is from Studer Obringer out of New Washington, Ohio. Their total bid amount, $702,000.
Say it again?
$702,000, 702,000.00. The final bid amount, or bid, is from Klaus Construction. Total bid amount, Klaus Construction out of New Regal, Ohio. $789,700. So 789,700.00. And those are all I have. We'll get those to our architects to review and John to review.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for submitting a bid. Stacy, you want to keep moving with new business?
Sure. Okay,
voice
So,
permitting.
I have a request from the auditor's office for an additional $6,240.65 into the Reclaim Estates and Warrants line. There was a sheriff's sale, and the Ohio Revised Code said if the owner does not demand payment excess of 3 years, the excess shall be forfeited to the delinquent tax and assessment collection fund created. So that has met its timeline, so they need to put that in place to get that paid. I have a supplemental appropriation to our bond retirement fund, our general fund line, so we can get the cash actually transferred for $163,079.20. I have a supplemental appropriation to our uninsured expense line for $25,000. We had a claim at the beginning of the year that used up our first purchase order that we had in place, so we need to get that replaced. I have a supplemental appropriation to contract services line for $3,375. Right at the end of the year for 2021, we received a state grant for TB testing. The health department does that for us. They submitted the results to the state, and we received the money, so the health department will need to invoice us for that amount. I have a request from the sheriff's office, the need to increase their TCAP contract services line, $15,023.50, and that's for additional for the ankle monitoring, additional money they got for the ankle monitoring. I have a request from the engineer's office to add an additional $30,000 into their reinforced steel line. It says due to increase in pricing. I'm sure we're going to see that quite a bit. I have a supplemental appropriation from the sheriff's office, two of them, two new grants for 2022. One is the, this first one will be for the 1073, which is the IDEP. Total of $7,001.08, includes salaries, Medicare, PRS, and workers' comp. And the other one is their 2022 STEP grant, and that total is $5,000, which is for the salaries, Medicare, workers' comp, and PRS. All that was finalized right at the end of the year, so that's why those numbers were not included in the budget. They were trying to finalize them. And let's see. Okay. That might be all I have in this system. Okay, so I have a resolution establishing the COVID-19 vaccination fund, fund number 7145. This is at the request of the health department. They've received additional funding from the Ohio Department of Health of $70,000. They need to set up a new fund. I have a resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made to the Justice Center Operating Fund. This is a transfer we do every year, putting our portion of the expenses of the Justice Center into that fund. So we're going to do a transfer from our general fund. It transfers out $316,234.54 to the Justice Center Operating Fund. Transfers in.
How's it, Tracy, or Stacy, how's that reserve fund coming? Are we getting some real money in the fund for the Justice Center? Have we had to spend any
Yes,
of these?
and that's the next one is actually our resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made to the Justice Center Improvement Replacement Fund. This year, our portion is $33,765.46. So when this was started, the county started at $30,000 a year, and the city senate started at $10,000 a year, and each year it's increased by 3%. So that's where we're at now. I can pull the totals.
Set that up.
But we have not, knock on wood, we have not had to get into that capital improvement
That's good.
fund yet. I don't think we just changed this.
Yeah, just so the public knows,
It's-
the reason we established a reserve fund is so that we didn't fall into the same situation we had with the old courthouse. That being that there is some money available 10 years from now, significant money,
Yeah.
that if there are some major repairs, new windows, foundation work, roof, whatever it might be, that there is indeed some money there to keep that building current and safe and usable into the future. Under the old situation, the county had no real reserve specifically for any buildings.
Nice.
Next resolution I have is transferring the funds to the bond retirement fund, the 1310 fund. So from the general fund transfers out $163,079.20 to the bond retirement fund transfers in. I have a resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made to the loan repayment fund, 1314. This is for $50,000. This is that loan that we got through NCOESC for the Justice Center, the $500,000. We need to get that transferred over to the fund to get it paid for. It's just transferring the cash.
I think it's good news, just circling back to the one above it, the bond retirement fund. On that specific bond, this will be the last. Right? Am I saying that right?
That'll cover 22s and 23s
22,
payment.
23, so that bond will be paid off with this move, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
You
sure.
bring up, looking at how these roll off. And
Yep.
so that's
The
good.
rest of the money
Good
comes
tax
in from Job and Family Services, pays a portion of that bond, so.
Yeah, it's good news. You've been around
my
long
next-
enough, you've seen the beginning of these bonds, and you've seen them
I'm not quite,
get
well,
paid
yeah,
off, you
actually,
bet.
not as commissioner,
Sorry,
yeah,
Steve.
right, we've seen it.
I think that was a 1989
Yeah,
bond
okay.
or 1998 bond, so
You-
it wasn't.
He was on the
criteria.
annexation agreement, I remember that, that was a 20-some year
Right.
time span, so, okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. A resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made to the Public Assistance Fund. This is part of our mandated share, $63,986.50 from our transfers out to their transfers in. I have a resolution reappointing Tyler Schuff to the Great Lakes Community Action Partnership, GLCAP, for a one-year term commencing January 1st, 2022 and expiring December 31st, 2022. I have a resolution reappointing Greg Ettinger to the Great Lakes Community Action Partnership for a one-year term effective January 1, 2022 to expire December 31st, 2022. A resolution authorizing the contract with Fostoria Economic Development Corporation effective January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2024. They did not increase their amounts. It's still the annual contribution of $30,000. I have a resolution appointing the Seneca Conservation District as the apiary inspector for Seneca County for bees. I have a resolution authorizing the sewer district billing and administrative contract service agreement between the Seneca County Regional Planning Commission, Seneca County Commissioners on behalf of sanitary engineer effective January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. I have a resolution authorizing an agreement with Resource Solutions Associates on behalf of the Seneca County Emergency Management Agency They help with our consulting and planning that we have to do for the catastrophic events, chemical, biological, radiology. They do all the study for us. We get grant money for that. A resolution amending the Greater Ohio Workforce Board Area 7 sub-grant agreement and authorizing Tony Paradiso, president of the board, to sign. And a resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to certify the 2021 County Highway System Mileage Certificate. And it is, the county was responsible for maintaining 369.644 miles of public road.
269 miles, is that what you said?
369.
Yeah, 3.
And those are just county roads?
Yes,
That do not include state, US, federal?
just the ones that he's responsible for.
Okay.
About 40 miles township,
Yeah.
Times
That'll be
15.
Yeah, 39.
so we've got
Yeah, I just thought I remember I think there's 900
About-
miles
about
of,
600 township roads, right?
Yeah.
40 per township, rough.
yeah,
Yeah, so you're almost to 1,000.
Yeah.
okay.
I did not know that, by the way. That's a good trivia question.
And then I have the resolution for the supplement to the permanent appropriation to the general fund for a one-time increase for the salaries of 1% out of carryover from 2021. Listed out obviously is each department, totaling with PRS and Medicare is $101,624.59. That was what you guys had asked for at the end of the year, as long as our carryover was good, and we did fairly well for 2021, considering what we were went through.
Yeah,
And those are all the resolutions I have.
Just for the record, elected officials are not part of this, just so everybody knows. These are the county employees. By law, elected officials' salaries are set, and we can't change them. So,
we can't vote ourselves a raise.
yeah, which is unlike other federal government, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the new business and the resolutions as presented by the county administrator.
I will second Commissioner Kirchner's motion.
Yes,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirchner,
yes.
Commissioner Shaw,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Okay, Jimmy,
Yeah,
public
so-
comment?
Yeah.
Mr. Ditto on there, by any
Yeah, I
chance?
do see Mike Ditto.
I see it, there he comes.
Finally in the middle.
Ace, thank you.
Let me pull him up here.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning. Good to see everyone, most of you.
Hi, Mike.
Wait a minute, it's good to see most of you. Which of us isn't it good to see?
Yeah, I don't really want to
all
identify.
right.
We knew that was coming, yeah.
No, thanks for the opportunity. Really, the big news down here, as I'm sure you all saw, is that the state Supreme Court overturned not only the state's new legislative districts, but also the congressional map. The court gave the legislature and the Ohio Redistricting Commission 10 days to remedy the state legislative lines. So we are expecting that new districts will be announced this Saturday. The deadline is Monday to do that, and that is just for the state legislature, both House and Senate. And they gave the legislature 30 days to rectify the congressional map. So everybody's very much in limbo. They canceled session and committees in both chambers for this week. We expect it may happen next week too, until they figure it out.
I was not aware of
Well, that'll be
that.
interesting here.
It really will. It was a narrow decision. It was a 4-3 split decision with Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor casting the deciding vote, and it's thrown everybody for a loop, especially given that the filing deadline for the state legislature is about 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So there's a lot happening on just that right now, and then they expect to resume normal business here within the next week to 10 days.
I think it emphasizes, Mike, a couple of things. No matter which side of the aisle you're on, because we're not trying to get political up here, but it is extremely important to understand the Supreme Courts of the states. It's extremely important to understand the the people who are in charge of enforcing the law in the states. In this case, Yost. But we don't pay a lot of attention a lot of times to those Supreme Courts because they don't have a D or an R after their name. But it's awfully important to understand what their sense about things is as we go into the voting booth. So I just ask people to be very cautious and gain some knowledge of the justices as they make their decision, whichever way it is you make a decision, to understand what their political leanings are, because this was definitely a situation in which it kind of leaned one way as opposed to the other, let's just put it that way. So be careful. I think the last time we lost our friend Judy French the last time through this, so.
What happens if the courts don't like the way they come back and draw them up again? I mean, we're just playing, how does that work
We'll
out?
find out here.
That's a great question. The belief is, and I'm not an attorney, so I don't want to speak with total authority on this, but let's take the state legislative lines, for example. Since the court imposed that 10-day deadline, which hits on Monday, they've announced that they expect to have the new maps unveiled on Saturday. That will give the court a little bit of time to start reviewing those instantly, and it is possible that they will be challenged again. But it is also possible that if the court does not like the new maps, then the court could draw them. And that is a situation that I think that everyone is trying to avoid. There's also a nuance too with both the state legislative and the congressional maps. The way our Constitution was changed over a period of a couple of years back in 2015 and 2018, the Ohio Redistricting Commission votes on the state legislative map. It's a 7-member panel, 4 legislators, the state auditor, the Secretary of State, and the Governor of Ohio. If there is no bipartisan vote on that map, the map only lasts for 4 years. If there is a bipartisan vote, Republicans and Democrats, the map lasts for a decade. So the map that was passed a couple of months ago that was just ruled unconstitutional is a 4-year map. If they come to an agreement in the next few days and pass a bipartisan map and it is upheld by the courts, it will last for a decade. The same is true for the congressional.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. I mean, U.S. Congressmen not only have to run every 2 years, but every 4 years they have to run a different district.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's a real challenge, and drawing the congressional districts is very challenging because under our U.S. Constitution, each district must be exactly identical in population, plus or minus one person, just one person, where there's a little bit of variance in the state legislative line,
Just had
plus or
that.
5%. So it's they've got a lot of work ahead of them. I don't envy the task ahead of the Senate President and the Speaker of the House and the minority leaders, but they're working on it as we speak.
So Mike, I have a date, I'd like to get a date with you. You have an email that you would like our capital projects, so you can present them to the state by March 20-something, right? I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I think it's March 18th.
March
March
18th?
18th is the day,
Okay.
that's the deadline that we would have to get your finalized list to
So
Senator
something
Ryan.
went backwards.
So, yeah,
So we are going to have our meeting on the 3rd
February.
of February. We have just a broad list, but we need to start narrowing this down and advance some projects that all of us feel it's what we want, but it's also kind of what Representative Click and Senator Reineke and the legislature, that's where you come in to help advise us. So sometime between the 3rd and then the 18th, we'll need to get you on a calendar. We need to
That'd be
probably get a
great.
meeting put together so we can finalize,
Yeah, I would say either the 10th or
That.
the 17th of February, we will be ready for him.
okay?
If either of those days works.
Okay, throw that out, and Stacy, we will, we could talk about that and confirm it, okay?
Be glad to, and if you'd like, we'd be happy to come there in person too, to sit down and have a meeting, whatever your preference is.
Okay, we'll get Those are the 2 dates, we'll get back to you.
Sounds good.
10th and
Look forward to it.
17th.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think we got, you know, while it's fresh.
Well, it gives us a little, yeah, it's fresh in our mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else, Jimmy? Thank you, Mike.
Nothing in the chat right now, but if you'd like to come forward, you can unmute and go ahead and make your comment.
Okay. Hearing none. Our next,
Uh-oh.
anything else going once?
Get the ballot.
Going twice, I hit the, yeah, I'm doing the countdown. Are we good, Jimmy? Okay. Hearing
Final
no
warning.
further public comment, this meeting's adjourned.
Ta-da.